Hey my beloveds, so I'm coming to you here today. It's going to be a little bit different video. As many of you know who are part of the vegan community, as I am in the plant-based community, there was a huge incident with Rawvana, and we've been seeing this not only with Rawvana, but we've been seeing this with Raw Alignment and many other vegan YouTubers who are no longer vegan. So I wanted to just come here today and have a conversation with you and shed some light on this subject. I feel that I can share a very unique perspective, and so I wanted to go ahead and do just that. So, why a unique perspective from me? Well, number one, I'm 60 years young next week. I've been eating healthy since I was 8 years old. I have been meditating since I was 4. I have a very extensive medical and spiritual background. I'm trained in holistic modalities such as Reiki, intuition, intuitive intelligence, and clairvoyance training, and all sorts of other healing modalities, energy healing modalities. And so for those of you who don't know me, my doctorate, because you're like, okay, who's this chick and what's she a doctor of? Which a lot of people ask. My doctorate is in dentistry. I was board certified in the state of California for years, and I had a practice where I saw patients. And so I also have been studying spirituality for my entire life. So with that background, I feel like I'm coming to this with also my experience. I'm coming to this with a little broader perspective on the situation. So let's look at the first topic I want to talk about, which is integrity with YouTube. I see millions and millions of people following these young YouTubers who just show up and say, okay, here's what I'm doing now, and they don't have the proper education, they don't have the proper training, and yet millions of people are following them into a diet that they may or may not be properly trained to teach. So what happens is that I'm vegan, I've been plant-based for quite some time now, but I'm educated in plant-based nutrition. So, and I also have a medical background. So as I'm teaching people and taking them through this process, it doesn't fall through the cracks. I'm teaching them nutrition and all these various informative, these various very, very important things that you need if you're going to switch your lifestyle. And also, the very first thing I will tell people when they message me is, I may be a doctor, I have a medical background, however, you have to go to a physician. I cannot diagnose you over the internet. Go to your doctor, get your blood work, find out what's going on. We see these YouTubers and their health is collapsing because they may or may not have taken these steps before embracing and embarking on this lifestyle. So for you, the viewers, what I want to tell you is be responsible viewers. Know who you're watching, know their background, and really don't just take it blindly. I know it's very hip and very trendy to be vegan and be plant-based right now, which is fantastic. I'm vegan for ethical reasons. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you will hear me say this time and time again. I'm vegan. I choose to be vegan for ethical reasons, for the well-being and the benefit of Mother Earth and for our animal brothers and sisters. That's why I make this choice. I make the choice to be plant-based for my health. So do the research, do the studies. There's so much really wonderful education out there and information out there. Start with Dr. T. Colin Campbell, who wrote the China study. Start with Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, who is a cardiologist and in the East Coast. These people know what they're talking about and have science-based facts behind what they're teaching. And of course, it's the exact same thing that I'm sharing as well. So, with regard to YouTube, I would love to see, instead of self-proclaimed experts, more people who are sharing information with integrity. Part of the issue I have with Rawvana is that, and I don't know her, I've never met her, but she was teaching a raw vegan lifestyle even after her health began to fail. To me, that's so out of integrity to be doing that, especially because you have so many young people. We have so many young people following us. My youngest subscribers are 13 years old. They're like my daughters. So I want to make sure that they are well taken care of. And so that when they get to be 40, 50, and 60 like me, that they're still vibrant, healthy, and have tons of energy. So that's the first point. The next point is, let's talk about sustainability with the vegan lifestyle and the vegan diet. We're seeing so many people whose health is failing because they're hopping on this bandwagon without proper support. They're not going to the doctors. They're not getting the blood work. They're not doing the research. They're just like, oh, this is really hip. This is really cool. Let me do this. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And so you need the support from trained professionals if you're going to embark on a brand new lifestyle. I don't care what it is. The other thing I have to talk about for a minute is something I talk about in my book, which is the infallible years. The infallible years I define as the time in our lives, and everybody has had this time, and some people are still in it, where you can eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, stay up all night long, and the next morning feel fresh as a flower. That's not the case, certainly for me anymore, and for other people who are already out of the infallible years. But a lot of these young kids on social media these days are still in the infallible years. So they're saying, hey, come check this out, this is great. But they could pretty much do anything to their body, especially if you go from eating junk food, junk hamburgers, pizzas, french fries, processed food, really, really junky crap. And then you begin to bring more healthy food into your lifestyle. Of course you're going to feel better. But that doesn't mean you're eating a balanced, nutritious diet. And what happens is, because they're still in the infallible years, they're on YouTube saying, hey, look at this, I feel so great. And all these impressionable young people are like, well, they feel so great, let me follow them. Be responsible. People on YouTube, be responsible. And also, my beloveds, you who are following, you as the viewers, be responsible. Sustainability in a vegan diet is absolutely possible if we do it in the correct way. If you're going to take a piece of salmon out of your diet, which is loaded with vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, you're going to have to put that into your diet in another form. A bowl of crappy cereal with soy milk will not give you the nutrients that you had when you were eating salmon. We have to sustain our body with healthy vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So we have to be smart about that and get the proper guidance. You guys, if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you've heard me say this over and over and over again. You can eat a tremendously crappy and poor diet on the vegan diet. Just because it's vegan does not mean that it's healthy, my beloveds. I want you to know that. I want you to be vegan for the same reasons I'm vegan, or for whatever reason you choose to be vegan. But then you need to have the proper supplementation of nutrients. B12, all the B vitamins, your omegas, all of this, and you have to know how to get those things. So next, so that's how you can sustain a plant-based diet, so you don't get into health crisis like some of these people who are now coming onto YouTube saying, I'm in health crisis and I'm no longer vegan. And then people, like you, are all so confused about it, which is why I came on here today, because I know that this can be incredibly confusing. That's why I wanted to outline the facts from my vantage point. Next, let's talk about my own strength, health, and fitness. If you guys are on Instagram, you see me. I run around in a bikini. I'm dancing with kids who are half my age. I'm in the gym working out and incredibly strong. I can still, I'm as strong and healthy and fit as when I was 18 years of age. I can still wear the same clothing. And so people are like, wow, Dr. Elizabeth, you are nearly 60. Is this because of a vegan diet? So I'm here to tell you, my beloveds, it's not just because of the vegan diet. And the reason I want to say that is because people think that the vegan diet is some magical thing that you'll do, and all of a sudden you'll be your ideal size, shape, and form, and you'll be perfectly healthy. In my book, I outline all 7 keys to a holistic, healthy, wonderful, beautiful, vibrant life and lifestyle. You have to follow all 7. Eating is only 1/7 of that entire plan. So yes, of course, a plant-based diet is going to absolutely make you feel better, but you also have to change the mindset. You also have to open your heart to giving and receiving more love. You also have to deepen your spiritual practice, your meditation practice. You also have to go and you have to clear all the mental garbage and the emotional baggage. All of these different things. If somebody is vibrant and just beautiful, radiant and beautiful, they're radiating that from the inside out, which means you have to clean from the inside out in all 7 categories that I talk about in my book. So no, I don't look like this and feel like this and have this kind of energy just from being vegan. It's from a whole, complete, holistic lifestyle that I practice, and I've been practicing since I was 4 years old. Now, last but not least, let's talk for a minute about kindness, compassion, and love. This is a biggie, my friends. I have witnessed a lot of harshness within the vegan community, and I understand. It's heartbreaking to see our beautiful animal brothers and sisters being treated so horrifically. I get it. So what we want to do is we want to change everybody's mind. But change can only come from inviting people to shift their own mindset. We cannot, my beloveds, everybody knows this. You cannot change somebody. We can only change ourselves. So we help make the change that we want to see on the planet through our own example. Be the change we wish to see in the world. The more we throw shame and harshness at other people who are not living our vegan lifestyle, the worse it makes things. Instead, if we can come at it from kindness, compassion, and love, and it's gonna go so much better and so much further. I want you guys, I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but I wanna just talk about this for just a minute. There's so much psychological and emotional enmeshing in the way people eat. Toss in some food addictions on top of that, and it's a recipe for disaster. And you can't just shame somebody or yell at somebody or belittle somebody to change that. We have to take the emotional and psychological challenges out of it so the person who's eating in an unhealthy way can actually see why it's unhealthy and why it's so much better for them, for the planet, and the animals to change it. But we can only do that through kindness, compassion, and love. So I invite all of us, if we want to really see a change happening in our vegan movement and a plant-based movement, for us to each lead by example, lead with kindness, love, and compassion. And I promise you, the more we do that, and education, the more we do that, the more we will see a shift, even for the better, even more than we're seeing right now, in more people joining us in this beautiful way of living, in this beautiful lifestyle, and this beautiful diet. One last thing I will say. At 60, next week I'll be 60, so at 60 years, almost 60 years young, what I have learned in this lifetime is the more we learn and the more we know, the more we learn and know that we don't know. What I mean by that is that here's how much information, even the best researchers, even the best scientists, even the best of us, the best minds of us, this is how much we know compared to what there is to know in the universe. I invite all of us to be open to new things that we're learning. One of the people I will invite you to go check out, besides Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn and Dr. T. Colin Campbell, is the medical medium Anthony Williams. He is really profound, and I find that the information that he's sharing is extraordinary. So it's the real deal. There's so much new information that we're learning about nutrition, about the way to nourish our bodies. So I just invite all of us to be open to receiving this new information, sift through it, look at what resonates with you, but instead of being fixed and closed, the more open we can be into really taking on these new discoveries that we are learning, the better off it's going to be. All right, my beloveds, I do believe this was a very fiery video. It was a very passionate video, but I've been thinking about these things for quite some time now, so I wanted to take this as a opportunity to really share the things that have been on my mind and on my heart for quite some time now. I hope that it was of benefit in some way to you. You can message me below. Let me know if you like this conversation. We can certainly talk more about this in the future. But for now, I hope this video was in some way, shape, or form helpful to you. Because I know how I know how much you guys, so many of you, especially young people, looked up to Rawvana and Raw Alignment. You bought their programs. You wore their T-shirts. You watched all their videos. So to see this happening is very, very upsetting, and I completely understand that. So I wanted to come here, shed a little light on it, just share with you. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And I'm here to love and support you any and every way that I can. Okay? So, my beloveds, you guys know, for those of you who've been here for a while, I love you. I love you to infinity and back. I appreciate you so much. I know there's so many things you can do with your time, and to be here and spend it with me is an honor and a joy that I do not take for granted. And until next time, remember, you can do this. You can change your life for the better. You can embark on a healthy lifestyle journey and a beautiful life, a fulfilling and happy life. You can do this, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Ciao.